A medical help resource guide at cancercare.org/helpinghand. Chapter 1. A medical help resource guide 1. Free ebook at cancercare.org/helpinghand. Contains current resources. cancercare.org/publications. Online or as downloadable PDFs. Can't pay your utility bills. Medical Help Guide 1. Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. acf.hhs.gov/ocs/program/LEHEAP. If you do not have health insurance, you can explore coverage options in your state through healthcare.gov. Federal government website managed by the U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Information on all aspects of the Affordable Care Act, ACA. Healthcare.gov. 800-318-2596. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. CMS.gov. U.S. Social Security Administration. SSA.gov. U.S. Department of Labor provides information and eligibility requirements for more than 1,000 government-funded benefits and assistance programs through benefits.gov. Center for Medicare Advocacy. MedicareAdvocate.org. Medicare Rights Center. MedicareRights.org. Co-Payment Assistance Foundation. Cancercare.org/copay Foundation. Patient Assistance Programs for Medications. Medicine Assistance Tool. MAT.org. RX Outreach. RxOutreach.org. NEEDIMEDS. NeedyMeds.org. National and regional organizations. The American Cancer Society. Cancer.org maintains a database. Internal Revenue Service. IRS.gov. Guidelines for using tax-exempt donations. Low-cost financial planning pubs. AARP. AARP.org. Retired persons. Local chapters of the American Cancer Society. Cancer.org. May be able to provide volunteer drivers to take people to and from appointments for cancer care. Database to search for local resources. 211 Information and Referral Service. 211.org. Elder Care Locator. eldercare.acl.gov. 800-677-1116. Coalition for the Homeless. coalitionforthehomeless.org. Legal Assistance Resources. lawhelp.org. Project Vote Smart. votesmart.org. 888 Vote Smart. Contact information for your elected officials. Air Charity Network. 877-621-7177. aircharitynetwork.org. Air Charity Network provides free flights to people in need of medical treatment. The Actors Fund. 729 7th Avenue. 10th floor. New York, New York, 10019. 800-221-7303. actorsfund.org. info@actorsfund.org. The Actors Fund helps all professionals in entertainment and the performing arts, providing a safety net for those who are in need or going through a crisis. Medical Help Guide 2. American Cancer Society, ACS. 250 William Street Northwest. Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. 800-ACS-2345. 800-227-2345. Cancer.org. Provides patient and family services, which vary by locality and referrals for financial assistance. Call to find a chapter location in your area. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. 333 East Lancaster Avenue. Number 414. Wynwood, Pennsylvania, 19096. 866-333-1213, toll free. 610-649-3034. ALSFFamilyServices.org. Family Services at alexlemonade.org. Assists children with cancer and their families. Andrew McDonough B+ Foundation. 101, Rockland Circle, Wilmington, Delaware 19803. 302-563-8389. BePositive.org. Financial assistance to families of children with cancer to help with medication costs not covered by insurance, travel costs related to treatment. Be the Match. National Marrow Donor Program. 500 North 5th Street, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55401. 888-999-6743, toll free. Betamatch.org/1-on-1. Patientinfo@nmdp.org. Operated by the National Marrow Donor Program, NMDP. Serves patients in need of life-saving bone marrow or umbilical cord blood transplants. Blood and marrow transplant. Information Network, BMT Infonet. 1548 Old Skokie Road, Suite 1, Highland Park, Illinois 60035. 888-597-7674, toll free. 847-433-3313. bmtinfonet.org. help@bmtinfonet.org. Information to people facing a bone marrow, peripheral stem cell or cord blood transplant. Camp Kesem, 10586 West Pico Boulevard, number 196, Los Angeles, California 90064. 253-736-3821. campkesem.org. Camp Kesem provides week-long, free summer camps for kids and teens ages 6 to 18 whose parents have or have had cancer. Camp Mackay Dream, POG 1450. Missoula, Montana 59806. 406-549-5987. campdream.org. info@campdream.org. Montana Experiences. Camp Quality USA. 341 Rivard Boulevard, Grosse Pointe, Michigan 48230. 501-249-2145. campqualityusa.org. Residential camping opportunities and year-round support activities to kids with cancer and their families. Locations in Arkansas, Illinois, Louisiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, New Jersey, Ohio, South Dakota, and Texas. Cancer and Careers. 159 West 25th Street, New York, New York 10001. 646-929-8032. cancerandcareers.org. cancerandcareers@sioux.org. Cancer and Careers empowers and educates people with cancer to thrive in the workplace. Cancer for College. 28465 Old Town Front Street, Suite 224. Temecula, California 92590. 760-599-5096. cancerforcollege.org. info@cancerforcollege.org. Need-based college scholarships and educational experiences to cancer survivors. Cancer Legal Resource Center, CLRC. Disability Rights Legal Center. 1541 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 400. Los Angeles, California 90017. 866-THE-CLRC, 866-843-2572. thdrlc.org/cancer. CLRC@drlcenter.org. Cancer-related legal issues to people with cancer, family members, friends, employers, and others coping with cancer. Cancercare Registered Copayment Assistance Foundation, CCAF. 275 7th Avenue, 22nd floor, New York, New York 10001. 866-55 Copay, 866-552-6729. 601-9750. Cancercare.org/Copay Foundation. Information at cancercarecopay.org. Co-Payment Assistance Foundation provides co-payment assistance for chemotherapy and targeted treatments to insured individuals who are covered by Medicare or private insurance. Catholic Charities USA. 2050 Ballinger Avenue. Number 400. Alexandria, Virginia 22314. 703-549-1390. CatholicCharitySusa.org. Info at CatholicCharitySusa.org. Wide range of social services. Chai Lifeline. 151 West 30th Street 7th floor. New York, New York 10001. 212-465-1300. ChaiLifeline.org. Info at ChaiLifeline.org. Give children, families, and communities the tools that they need to cope with the crises and challenges of life-threatening illnesses, disabilities and chronic diseases. Children's Brain Tumor Foundation. 1460 Broadway. New York, New York 10036. 212-448-9494. cbtf.org. Info at cbtf.org. Improve the treatment, quality of life and the long-term outlook for children and families affected by a brain or spinal cord tumor. Children's Leukemia Research Association. 585 Stewart Avenue. Number 520. Garden City, New York 11530. 212-491-1200. Children'sLeukemia.org. Info at children'sleukemia.org. Financial assistance to leukemia patients of all ages. Children's Organ Transplant Association, COTA. 2501 West Coda Drive. Bloomington, Indiana 47403. 800-366-2682. COTA.org. COTA at COTA.org. Fundraising assistance for children and young adults needing life-saving transplants and promotes organ, marrow, and tissue donation. Colorectal Cancer Alliance. 1025 Vermont Avenue. NW. Number 1066. Washington, D.C. 20005. 877-422-2030. 202-628-0123. ccalliance.org. Info at ccalliance.org. Helps those patients with colon and rectal cancers and their families with the financial costs of screening and other treatment-related expenses. Debbie's Dream Foundation. 2 South University Dr. Number 326. Plantation, Florida 33324. 855-475-1200. Debbie'sDream.org. Programs at Debbie'sDream.org. Education and support to patients, families, and caregivers of those who have been diagnosed with stomach cancer. Chapter 2. A Medical Help Resource Guide 2. Medical Help Guide 3. Dental Lifeline Network. 1800 15th Street. Number 100. Denver, Colorado 80202. 303-534-5360. DentalLifeline.org. Improving the oral health of people with disabilities or who are elderly or medically fragile and have no other way to get help. The Dougie Center. POB 86852. Portland, Oregon 97286. 503-775-5683. Dougie.org. Help at Dougie.org. A safe place for children, teens, young adults, and families who are grieving a death or living with an advanced serious illness to share their experiences. Expect Miracles Foundation. 89 South Street. Number 701. Boston, Massachusetts 02111. 617-391-9235. expectmiraclesfoundation.org. info@expectmiraclesfoundation.org. The Expect Miracles Foundation is committed to helping caregivers and those with a cancer survive the financial toxicity of cancer and its treatment. Family Reach: 142 Berkeley Street, 3rd floor, Boston, Massachusetts 02116. 857-233-2764. FamilyReach.org. Family Reach is a financial lifeline for families fighting cancer. Family Reach offers financial education, financial planning, and financial assistance. First Descents. 3858 Walnut Street. Number 161. Denver, Colorado 80205. 303-945-2490. FirstDescents.org. info@firstdescents.org. First Descents provides week-long outdoor adventure camps for young adults with cancer ages 18 to 39. Go-To Foundation for Lung Cancer. 1050 Connecticut Avenue, NW. POB 65860. Washington, D.C. 20035. 800-298-2436. 202-463-2080. GoToFoundation.org. Support at GoToFoundation.org. Assists in peer matching, navigation, treatment and clinical trial options, among an assortment of other education and outreach services. Good Days. 2611 Internet Boulevard. Number 105. Frisco, Texas 75034. 877-968-7233. 972-608-7141. mygooddays.org. info@mygooddays.org. Financial assistance to underinsured patients diagnosed with chronic or life-altering diseases that require the use of specialty therapeutics. HealthWell Foundation. 20440 Century Boulevard. Number 250. Germantown, Maryland 20874. 800-675-8416. healthwellfoundation.org. Grants at healthwellfoundation.org. Addresses the needs of individuals who cannot afford their insurance premiums, co-payments, co-insurance and other out-of-pocket health care costs. Immerman Angels. 205 W. Randolph, 19th floor. Chicago, Illinois 60606. 866-463-7626. immermanangels.org. info@immermanangels.org. One-on-one support among cancer fighters, survivors, and caregivers. Joe's House. E79th St #17A. New York, New York 10075. 877-563-7468. joeshouse.org. info@joeshouse.org. Lodging resource for cancer patients who must travel for treatment. Joe's House online directory lists over 2,000 discounted lodging options near hospitals. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, LLS. 3 International Drive. Number 200. Rye Brook, New York 10573. 888-557-7177. LLS.org. infocenter@lls.org. Free information, education, and support services. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Copay Assistance Program. POB 12268. Newport News, Virginia 23612. 877-557-2672. lls.org/copay. Financial assistance at lls.org. Able to help patients meet their health insurance, Medicare Part B or D, Medicare Supplement or Medicare Advantage premiums or drug copayment obligations. Patients must meet household income requirements as described on the website. Livestrong Fertility. 623 West 38th Street, number 300. Austin, Texas, 78705. 855-220-7777. livestrong.org/we-can-help/livestrong-fertility. Livestrong at livestrong.org. Livestrong Fertility is dedicated to providing reproductive information, support, and hope to cancer patients and survivors whose medical treatments present the risk of infertility. Locks of Love. 234 Southern Boulevard, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33405. 888-896-1588. 561-833-7332. locksoflove.org. info@locksoflove.org. Provide hair pieces to financially disadvantaged children under the age of 21 who are experiencing long-term medical hair loss from any diagnosis. Longevity. Pub 754. Chicago, Illinois, 60690. 844-360-5864. longevity.org. info@longevity.org. Educational resources, online peer-to-peer matching, in-person survivorship programs and oncology social worker support through their lung cancer helpline. Lymphoma Research Foundation, LRF. Wall Street Plaza. 88 Pine Street. Number 2400. New York, New York, 10005. 800-500-9976. 212-349-2910. lymphoma.org. Helpline at lymphoma.org. Raises money for lymphoma medical research and provides support and education for lymphoma patients and their families. Assistance for treatment-related expenses based on availability of funds. Mail Care. 63 Avenue A. App 13I. New York, New York, 10009. 212-673-4920. mailcare.org. info@mailcare.org. MailCare is dedicated to helping men deal with and overcome the many issues surrounding the diagnoses of cancer, with a focus on prostate and male breast cancer. Meals on Wheels America. 1550 Crystal Drive. Number 1004. Arlington, Virginia, 22202. 888-998-6325. 703-548-5558. mealsonwheelsamerica.org. info@mealsonwheelsamerica.org. Empowers local community programs to improve the health and quality of life of the seniors they serve so that no one is left hungry or isolated. Medical Help Guide 4. Mercy Medical Angels. 4620 Haygood Road. Number 3. Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23455. 800-296-1217. mercymedical.org. Information about all forms of charitable, long-distance medical air transportation. Meredith's Miracles Cancer Foundation. 905 Stargaze Drive. Lexington, Kentucky, 40509. merediths-miracles.org. info@merediths-miracles.org. Financial support to young adults, age 40 and under, undergoing treatment for colon cancer. Mesothelioma Applied Research Foundation. 1615 L St. N.W. Number 430. Washington, D.C. 20036. 703-879-3797. curemeso.org. info@curemeso.org. Dedicated to ending mesothelioma through research, education, support, and advocacy. Assist those who are seeking an initial consultation with an expert on mesothelioma or are enrolled in a clinical trial. Mesothelioma Miracle Flights. 5740 Southeastern Avenue. Number 240. Las Vegas, Nevada, 89119. 800-359-1711. miracleflights.org. info@miracleflights.org. Free air transportation to and from medical treatment facilities for children and adults with life-threatening illnesses. Myriad Care's Financial Assistance Program. 320 Wacara Way, Salt Lake City, Utah 84108. 800-469-7423. Myriad.com/about-myriad/cares-2/financial assistance program. Offers numerous genetic tests and copay assistance to insured patients. They can provide testing for their services at no charge for uninsured patients who meet specific medical and financial criteria. National Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. 1600 Clifton Road, Atlanta, Georgia 30329. 800 CDC INFO 800-232-4636. cdc.gov/cancer/NBCCEDP. Early Detection Program provides free or low-cost access to breast and cervical cancer screening services. The National Children's Cancer Society, NCCS. 500 N Broadway, number 1850. St. Louis, Missouri 63102. 800-5 Family. 314-241-1600. Then ccs.org. Financial, emotional, and educational resource for those in need at every stage of illness and recovery. National Foundation for Transplants. 3429 West Sarrazin Circle, number 100. Memphis, Tennessee 38125. 800-489-3863. Transplants.org. info@transplants.org. Helps organ and transplant candidates and recipients overcome the financial challenges associated with transplantation. National LGBT Cancer Network. 11 South Angel Street, number 377. Providence, Rhode Island 02906. 212-675-2633. Cancer-network.org. info@cancer-network.org. Addresses the needs of LGBT people with and at risk of cancer through education about increased cancer risks and the importance of screening and early detection. National Organization for Rare Disorders, NORD. 55 Kenosha Avenue, Danbury, Connecticut 06810. 203-744-0100. RareDiseases.org. Helps newly diagnosed cancer patients connect with others who have undergone the same or similar experiences. NORD provides assistance programs, including free drug and copay assistance for specific rare diseases. National Volunteer Transportation Center. 1341 G St. N.W. number 250. Washington, D.C. 20005. 212-247-8356. ctaa.org/national-volunteer-transportation-center. Dixon@ctaa.org. Promote and support the concept and practice of volunteer transportation, which includes volunteer driver programs, shared vehicle utilization and ride-sharing initiatives. Network of Jewish Human Service Agencies. 50 Eisenhower Drive, number 100. Paramus, New Jersey 07652. 201-977-2400. NetworkJHSA.org. info@networkjhsa.org. More than 140 nonprofit human service agencies that factor into advocacy, best practices, innovation, research, partnerships, and collaboration on a range of health issues and beyond. New Eyes for the Needy. 549 Milburn Avenue, Short Hills, New Jersey 07078. 973-376-4903. new-eyes.org. info@new-eyes.org. Provides basic prescription eyeglasses for those in need, provided income requirements. Applicants must have a recent eyeglass prescription dated within the last 12 months. The Oncofertility Consortium. 965 Wilson Road. Room A626B. East Lansing, Michigan, 48824. 517-884-6434 oncofertility.msu.edu. oncofert@msu.edu. International, interdisciplinary initiative designed to address the complex healthcare and quality of life issues that concern cancer patients whose fertility may be threatened. OSTA Group. 3500 45th Street. Hashtag 16A. West Palm Beach, Florida, 33407. 877-678-6690. ostogroup.org. mgrace@ostogroup.org. Resource for low-cost ostomy supplies for the uninsured or those with insurance whose policies have a very high deductible or an omission for ostomy supplies. Overcome. 2525 Robin Hood Street. Number 212. Houston, Texas, 77005. 713-800-2976. Overcome.org. info@overcome.org. Raise global awareness of ovarian cancer, fund research for a cure and provide financial support to underserved ovarian cancer patients in need. Chapter 3. A Medical Help Resource Guide 3. Medical Help Guide 4. Patient Access Network, PAN, Foundation. 805 15th Street Northwest. Number 500. Washington, D.C. 20005. 800-394-0161 panfoundation.org. info@panfoundation.org. Provides co-payment assistance to patients who have insurance but lack the means to pay for out-of-pocket costs for their medications or infusions. Patient Advocate Foundation, PAF. 421 Butler Farm Road. Hampton, Virginia 23666 800-532-5274 patientadvocate.org. help@patientadvocate.org. Provide mediation and arbitration services to patients against the obstacles to healthcare, whether during a medical debt crisis or during insurance employment issues. Patient Advocate Foundation Copay Relief Program, PAFCPR. 421 Butler Farm Road. Hampton, Virginia 23666. 866-512-3861. Copays.org. Direct copayment assistance for pharmaceutical products to insured patients, including Medicare Part D beneficiaries, who qualify financially and medically. Patient Airlift Services, PALS. 7110 Republic Airport. Number 202. Farmingdale, New York 11735. 888-818-1231. 631-694 PALS, 7257. palservices.org. info@palservices.org. Free air transportation for individuals requiring medical diagnosis, treatment, or follow-up who cannot afford or are unable to fly commercially. Patient Services Incorporated. PSI. POG 5930. Midlothian, Virginia 23112. 800-366-7741. PatientServicesinc.org. Locating health insurance in all 50 states, subsidizing the cost of health insurance premiums, providing pharmacy and treatment co-payment assistance, assisting with Medicare Part D co-insurance and helping with advocacy for Social Security disability. Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. 302 Ridgefield Court. Asheville, North Carolina 28806. 800-253-6530, extension 306. 213-248-9262. CuretteKids.org. Offers emergency financial assistance, college and vocational scholarships and a range of practical services to those affected by pediatric brain cancer diagnoses. The Pink Fund. epub 603. Bloomfield Hills, Michigan 48303. 877-234-7465. pinkfund.org. info@thepinkfund.org. Financial support to help meet the basic needs and decrease stress levels of breast cancer patients in active treatment to allow them to focus on healing and improve survivorship outcomes. Pinky Swear Foundation. 5555 West 78th Street. #E. Edina, Minnesota 55439. 952-974-9600. pinkyswear.org. Karen.Svendisen@pinkyswear.org. Supports children who are in active treatment and under the age of 21, if 18 to 20, they must be living with their parents. Ronald McDonald House Charities. 110 North Carpenter Street. Chicago, Illinois 60607. 630-623-7048. rmhc.org. info@rmhc.org. 3 core programs. Ronald McDonald Houses, which provide lodging for families of seriously ill children receiving treatment at nearby hospitals. Ronald McDonald Family Rooms in hospitals, which serve as places to escape stress and tension, and Ronald McDonald Care Mobiles, which bring cost-effective medical, dental, and health education services directly to underserved children in both rural and urban areas. Sarcoma Alliance. 775 Blythedale Avenue No. 334. Mill Valley, California 94941. 415-381-7236. sarcomaalliance.org. info@sarcomaalliance.org. Extending and improving the lives of sarcoma patients through accurate diagnosis, improved access to care, education and support. Share. 165 West 46th Street No. 712. New York, New York 10036. 844-275-7427. 212-719-0364. ShareCancerSupport.org. info@sharecancersupport.org. Supports, educates, and empowers women affected by breast, ovarian or metastatic breast cancer, with a special focus on medically underserved communities. Ovarian cancer. Sibling Support Project. 16120 Northeast 8th Street. Bellevue, Washington 98008. 425-362-6421. siblingsupport.org. info@siblingsupport.org. Dedicated to the lifelong and ever-changing concerns of millions of brothers and sisters of people with special health, developmental and mental health needs. Smiles for Sophie Forever. 31722 Leeward Court. Avon Lake, Ohio 44012. sfsf.org. info@smilesforsophyforever.org. Providing support for families with children with brain cancer. In addition to supporting local organizations, they are able to give assistance by way of a family grant to those in similar circumstances. Eligibility requirements and applications can be found on the website. Stupid Cancer. 40 Worth Street. Number 808. New York, New York 10013. 877-735-4673. 212-619-1040. stupidcancer.org. contact@stupidcancer.org. Young adult cancer advocacy, research, and support, seeking to create shared experiences by producing life-changing events and digital content to end isolation, build community, provide education, and foster meaningful relationships that last a lifetime. Sunshine Kids. 2814 Virginia Street. Houston, Texas 77098. 713-524-1264. sunshinekids.org. info@sunshinekids.org. Adds quality of life to children with cancer by providing them with exciting, positive group activities, so they may once again do what kids are meant to do, Have fun and celebrate life. Support for people with oral and head and neck cancer, sponsee. epub 53. Locust Valley, New York, 11560. 800-377-0928. Sponsee.org. info@sponsee.org. Sponsee provides a wealth of information resources to those affected by oral and head and neck cancers. Survivorship A to Z. 353 West 56th Street #9N. New York, New York, 10019. 212-586-5600. Survivorshipataz.org/cancer. Provides a comprehensive interactive website for people with cancer. Information on insurance, government benefits, managing finances, employment issues, planning ahead, medical concerns, day-to-day living and emotional well-being. Tiger Lily Foundation. 42020 Village Center Plaza #120-156. Stone Ridge, Virginia 20105. 888-580-6253. TigerLilyFoundation.org. info@TigerLilyFoundation.org. Support to young women affected by breast cancer. Ullman Foundation. 2118 East Madison Street. Baltimore, Maryland 21205. 888-393-FUND 3863. 410-964-0202. ullmanfoundation.org. info@ullmanfoundation.org. Community of support for young adults ages 15 to 39 and their loved ones, impacted by cancer. Triple Negative Breast Cancer Foundation. epub 204. Norwood, New Jersey 07648. 877-880-TNBC 8622. TNBCFoundation.org. TNBC Helpline at Cancercare.org. Helping those impacted by a triple-negative breast cancer diagnosis, the TNBC Foundation offers a range of information to those who are newly diagnosed, those in active treatment, post-treatment survivors, and caregivers. Wigs for Kids. 24231 Center Ridge Road. Westlake, Ohio 44145. 440-333-4433. wigsforkids.org. info@wigsforkids.org. Free wigs to children under the age of 18 who have lost their hair due to a medical condition.